AM 560. The Answer.
Love that song. Pains me that we have to play these treasonous, fraudulent scum Democrats. You remember Ian Sams, don't you, Squirrel? He's the bald advisor to Biden. What do you mean you don't remember? If erectile dysfunction had a face, it would be Ian Sams' face.
I'm curious, did you ever look at the evidence that we accumulated, the bank statements, the wire transfers, the emails between the bank examiners who, prior to filing the suspicious activity report, stated that this was an investment company with no investment, or in other words, a shell company. But did you ever look at those bank statements and wire transfers and read the final report from the Biden influence peddling investigation?
I certainly did, yeah.
So do you still stand by the statement that there was no evidence that the Biden family was influence peddling, that that Hunter Biden took $5 million from China, even though Joe Biden said he didn't in the debate, that there was no money taken from China, that there was, and I'm not even talking about the energy company in Ukraine, because that was the most legitimate thing that Hunter Biden did. I'm talking about Burisma. I'm not even talking about Burisma. I'm talking about the wires that we identified from Romania, the wires from China, the wires from Russia, the gifts from, was it Kazakhstan? Did you look at that? I mean, because that's pretty hard evidence that the Bidens were, at least the president's son, was involved in a pretty concerning influence peddling scheme. And according to the Irish whistleblowers, they never paid taxes on it, which would suggest that they could owe at least $10 million in taxes. So I just wondered, I mean, you have a checking account, correct?
I do.
And you look at your bank statement each month and you can understand it. I'm curious, do you stand by, because there were a lot of, you did a lot of interviews and I did a lot of interviews, and I feel like we were, saying totally opposite things. And, you look at how this all ended. Were you surprised that Joe Biden pardoned his son?
I was surprised.
40 million. 40 million. He stole, bribed. They have the receipts. He'd owe $10 million in taxes, but Democrats don't pay taxes.
Has anyone noticed how much the Trump family has made while he's been president, put in their pocket?
You thieving traitor, illegitimate fraud. You stole the election too, thief. Yuck. John Midlothian.
Hey, Shaun, love your show. I just want to say I'd like to give a big thank you and much gratitude to all our veterans today on Veterans Day. And also, I'd like to pay homage to my dad, who was buried on this day 11 years ago. And he was a World War II veteran. And I'd like to know how Rich is doing. We haven't heard from him in a long time.
It's funny you ask. I want everybody to say a prayer for Rich. He is in rehab right now, and I said hello to him. I always think of him privately, and Rich is a drill instructor, and I love Rich, and you know what's amazing about Rich on these days, but on every day when you think about it, his job was to train 18-year-old guys, 17-year-old guys, 19-year-old guys in what he knew a large percentage weren't coming back, and he did it, and he did it because he believed in it, and I try to pay homage to that every day, and the good people and the good ones who have that character to fight for those principles. So I'm glad you asked, and I'm sorry your father passed and you buried him on this day, but what an honor to come from that legacy. So he was really something within the 45th Infantry. It was a hell of a tour of duty that he did, and it was quite amazing that what he did. And also, I really
almost brought a tear to my eye was that letter from Sullivan to Sarah that you played earlier.
Yes.
That was really something.
Well, it goes to show you the character of some. And that's why, you want to know something, John? That's why I never miss. I try to never miss. And I want to expose every scumbag. Because what they do is they take advantage of what these guys gave and what their intentions were. They hide. They hide like cockroaches under their shadow. And they steal the fracking money. And it makes me sick. So that's the best way I think we can pay homage to these guys.
I tell you what, I've been listening to you since you came on the air. I believe was it in 21?
Yeah.
And you really enlightened me with a lot of information. I've been going through. I just got your book. I've been just going through it, starting on it. So,
thank you.
Amazing, Shaun. I just dig it.
No, thanks for everything, really, and thanks for listening. But most of all, thanks for to your father and the guys like him. And look, they have all of us to keep up the fight. So thank you, John.
Thanks, Shaun. I'll talk to you.
All right, brother. George, Naperville.
Yeah, Shaun, I was in News Star the other day, and there was a table near where I was sitting, and two men were talking about your show. They were Chinese, and they said, I overheard some of it. They said he speaks truth to power. You should listen to his show, and he's funny.
Well, John,
you
know the woman who started Epoch Times is a Chinese. She was under the Chinese communist thumb, and the people who are here to flee that, those are the best Americans, like the former Soviets and the rest of it. But the problem is, for some reason, their voices get stifled. So I appreciate that, George. How's News Star?
Like
I haven't been back to the restaurant since. Good.
They look like two sophisticated businessmen. They knew what they were talking about.
The News Star, great little Chinese joint many, many years ago. I haven't been there since they redid it, but I'm here. It's wonderful. John, Lake Como, Wisconsin.
Well, God bless those who you just spoke of. And not to make it frivolous, but I want one of those T-shirts. Where do I get it? Where you're sucking on a stogie, and it's saying the quiet shit out loud. But anyway, I called to talk about the Chinese inundation into our market, in the furniture market. I started 1982 as a furniture expert repairman. Best furniture in the world was made in America. Fair price, good furniture. Polk Brothers, for instance. Long time ago.
Sure, Polk Brothers.
Yeah.
So a lot of Melrose Park firemen light their cigars on that blaze.
All right, but then we started getting into we can get cheap crap out of China, and we can sell a dining room set for $8.99. Wow, that's got to be some good quality stuff. Well, it's not.
No.
But they inundated the market in the furniture world, and I put up with that for 40 years, so whatever.
Well, John, you're not going to see that Chinese stuff in a Pritzker house. They couldn't hold their fat asses. You got to get that Amish.
No,
the Amish. You could sit a Clydesdale down in the Amish chairs and the John chairs from Lake Como, Wisconsin.
That's right. Thanks. See ya.
All right. I tell you, we should work on my Tonka toilet seats for the big fatties. I think we got something there, John. We work on it. You got to work on it. We're going to need it. We're going to need a cup holder and something for them to read. The big fatties spent a lot of time on the throne. Thank you very much, John. Sal, this is Mike. Sal, Melrose Park.
Hey, Shaun, how are you?
Good, babe.
Still the only guy I ever heard as angry as me. I love it.
Well, we're from the same spot. You can't be honest and not angry if you're from Melrose.
Nah, you're from the north. You're a little further north. I was from a couple other areas. But listen, going to Mount Carmel, my father passed away a long time ago, and he was a Marine. And, we had to have a 2-day wait for him. And, military guys come from all over the world. And I'm telling you, I didn't even feel worthy of being in that room.
No.
What these guys, these guys come missing limbs and wheelchairs and what these guys went through and how my father stayed connected with them through all them years. But when you go to Mount Carmel, I want to know, who's the guy who's playing Mount Carmel? Because when you come in Roosevelt Roadside, you got Capone, Nitty, Ricardo, and then one block over, you got all these military guys. And I'm thinking, who thought this was a good idea to put all of them next to all this honor?
Come on. They donated a lot of dishes to the Catholic Church. They got in there. But here's the thing, Sal. I'm 24th and Lake Street. I didn't grow up on the north side. I go any more south, I'm in Maywood. I grew up on 24th and Lake Street.
Back then in our day, Shaun, look, Antioch was like a vacation in Alaska for us.
Yeah. Were you going to go to Elmhurst? It's like a road trip for a Melrose Parker. Sal, you take care of yourself.
You too, Shaun. Take care.
Thank you. 312-642-5600.
This is the Shaun Thompson Show, where Democrats are always wrong, Republicans are seldom right, and politicians are never, ever to be trusted. On AM 560, The Answer.